Origin. Portgas the Ace, or some people call him Fire Fist Ace, whatever you guys like to call this character who has passed away. We haven't seen Ace in a long time. Just say Marineford was a long time ago, but I do want to say this: he's one of the most fan favorite characters in the One Piece story, and that's worldwide. One Piece fans around the world love this character known as Ace. Some make jokes, but still, Ace's character means a lot for a lot of people. And I want to say this: he is the son of the Pirate King Goldie Roger. He's also the son of the world's strongest man, Whitebeard, and he's the brother to the future Pirate King, the main character of the series, Luffy. So his importance will never die down. And I want to say we have to shout out to Revolutionary Sabo, his other brother that we supposedly thought was dead, who came back. So big stuff for Ace, and I want to discuss some huge news we got and some things I want to discuss in the future when it comes to Ace and his character. Now I want to talk about the ASL group, Ace, Sabo, Luffy as kids. We saw that crazy flashback. Now I know some people told me they skipped it, but never skip that flashback. That's one of my favorite flashbacks. It was done so well. And as kids, these guys desire to be pirates. That's their whole goal, their whole main point. And they made a pact that once each of them reached the age of 17, they would go out to the sea and become a pirate. And that was the whole thing. And Sabo left early because of his predicament he was in. And we know what happened. Everyone thought Sabo would die. The whole situation with the Celestial Dragon. But we also have the situation with Ace, and Ace left when he was 17 years old. Luffy was around 14 years old. We saw a panel where Luffy was practicing his punch as a 14-year-old. It took him about 7 years to perfect his Gomu Gomu no Mi pistol, Gum pistol. So definitely believe that some crazy stuff was in this past, and it was the start of Ace's career as a pirate. When Ace first went to sea as a 17-year-old rookie pirate, he was already a monster, and it was crazy because Luffy even stated that he never could be Ace as a kid, and Ace didn't have a fruit. So we learned that Ace definitely got a fruit after he left and became a pirate, which is different from Luffy, who had it his whole life. So, and as he gained the fruit, the Logia ability, and he was actually so recognized by a lot of people. We saw people like Whitebeard and Sengoku talking about him, and his initial, the D in his name was something that was very standing out for him as a character. And also, he got offered a warlord spot, but he refused it because Ace was going for that Pirate King title. We know what he wanted at that moment. But that things change. We also have the famous moment of Ace meeting Shanks, and let's be honest here, Luffy was always hyping up Shanks to Ace, so definitely believe that Ace had like a mind, like he saw Shanks in a way because of what Luffy was describing Shanks. And let's be honest here, Luffy knew Shanks before Ace. Ace is his brother and they have a strong bond, but Shanks was there before Ace when it comes to Luffy in his life. But who has a stronger bond? I believe Ace and Luffy have a stronger bond because they're brothers. They could consider themselves brothers, while Shanks is more of like a role model to Luffy, someone he looks up to, and they only knew each other for a little bit, while Ace knew him for a long portion of his life. But I do want to say this: their meeting of Ace and Shanks was very inspiring, very cool. I enjoyed it. In the anime, they did make a mistake when it comes to Shanks and his arm, but still, I respect it. We also have a crazy moment when Ace was a rookie, when he battled a crazy pirate known as Jinbei. And this is crazy because Jinbei was a very powerful dude, and Ace was just a rookie, and out of nowhere, Jinbei and Ace fight for 5 days in a row. Now, some people say this is a very impressive feat for Jinbei because he was not in the water, and he's also fighting a guy who has a Logia ability, which is Mera no Mi. But some people say this is a very impressive thing for Ace. He's a rookie and he's battling a seasoned pirate like Jinbei. So it goes either way, but both these kind of characters showcase that they were incredibly powerful. And then that leads up to the Ace and Whitebeard situation. And Ace was trying to take out Whitebeard, but I don't know, Whitebeard's like, join my crew. It kind of makes me laugh because you see a lot of funny moments where like Luffy asked someone to join his crew, or like when Blackbeard was asking Ace to join his crew, like, join Commander Ace, join my crew. That's my impression of the dub for One Piece. But Ace and Whitebeard, it was just an impactful moment where like, just join my crew, like become my son. It was a lit moment. And when Ace initially joined the crew, he was trying to kill Whitebeard in his sleep and doing some crazy stuff until Marco and Thatch had a good talking to Ace, and that kind of changed him. Because we know when Ace actually became a pirate and went out to sea, he actually gained a original crew named the Spade Pirates before he joined the Whitebeard Pirates. And this Spade Pirate crew is crazy because they actually joined Whitebeard's crew after they lost to him and to save their captain. So the Spade Pirates pretty much were the Whitebeard Pirates. I'm not too sure if they joined the Second Division Command like Ace, but they were Whitebeard Pirates and they were there at the Marineford War. So that's a very interesting thing that we learned. But I also want to say this: it also means crazy stuff because when he revealed the info of Roger being his father to Whitebeard and the reaction it was, like, Whitebeard's like, yo, the son does not inherit the sin of the father. It was crazy. It was hype. But the reason why I'm talking about Ace and a character who is dead, literally and figuratively, for a lot of people that say he's a dead character, don't talk about Ace. But I will say this, Ace is getting a novel. Yes, he's getting a new story. And you're probably like, what new story? He's dead. What more can he do with Ace? Well, Ace, I told you a little bit about his journey as a pirate. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't tell you because I don't actually know. But yes, Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, will be helping out another artist draw this novel, which is going to be crazy. As you can see, I'm showing you guys the art style for the novel. It seems way different from One Piece. It has more edgy, kind of look like a seinen, I think. And we learned that the vice captain of the Spade Pirates, pretty much Ace's right-hand man, was a character named Max Deuce, I believe his name is. And let's be honest here, it's crazy because he wears a mask so the Marines don't see his face. He seems like a very interesting character. If they animate this novel, it'll be very interesting what they do with his voice acting and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy seeing that Ace had an original crew before the Whitebeard Pirates. Like, the Spade Pirates never get talked about. They rarely get talked about. For a story to be all about the Spade Pirates and the joining and how they made their name for themselves, it's hype. So I'm going to read to you guys what the actual summary of the novel is going to be about. I'm going to read to you guys and you guys can actually form your guys' own opinion. When he is talking to a skeleton next to him, he finds that someone else joined the conversation without realizing. I went for Floyd Mayweather on that one. This is the first moment when he and Ace talk. Ace says politely, "Nice to meet you." The man thinks Ace is about the same age as him. He considers Ace to come to this island. He considers Ace comes to this island to rescue him, but the fact is that Ace also is a victim due to his ship wrecked. The man is annoyed that Ace is smiling cheerfully in spite of this predicament. The man has spent 3 days on this island, whereas Ace 6 days. Ace says, "How about creating a raft with me?" So this is Max Deuce. He's narrating the story, and pretty much he's seeing Ace, and Ace's personalities were like something crazy. You don't really see a character like Ace, and like we saw with Buggy and Ace's interaction, that's the kind of character Ace is. So he seems annoyed by Ace. Now, part 2 of the summary: treasure hunting. Both Ace and the guy are seeking for a treasure which is said to be hidden in the island. Ace keeps asking the man about his name, but the man doesn't want to tell him about it since he already thrown away his own name on the day he set out to the ocean. So this guy obviously is hiding his identity for a reason of he just want to talk about his past. Ace says, "We're already friends, right?" The exact same words when Luffy invited Usopp to go and marry. So Usopp, a lot of people have been hyping up Usopp as the character that is a true vice captain other than Zoro, because Usopp makes jokes that he's the vice captain. Now, a lot of people have been saying this as a joke, but in the beginning of the series, there's actually a moment where Usopp asks Luffy, "Can I be the vice captain?" Luffy says, "Sure, whatever," because it kind of showcases that Luffy doesn't really care. So definitely Zoro, in my opinion, Zoro's the vice captain. But when it comes to like a joke position where maybe randomly they give it to Usopp, because Usopp is Luffy's best friend, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Vice captain, first man is different things for the pirate crew, but Straw Hat Pirates are a unique pirate crew, probably the most unique one. So don't get really angry if Zoro randomly Usopp becomes the vice captain officially, but we haven't have an official vice captain yet. I just assume Zoro right now. So continuing on reading this, the man tries to introducing his pen name, Ace, borrowing Ace's name, but Ace prevents him, suggests him to make his pen name Deuce since he thinks the pronunciation are similar. The man doesn't feel bad since the meaning of Deuce being bad luck fits into his current situation. Ace decides to call him Mask Deuce since the guy wears a mask so the Marine doesn't know his face. So Ace is pretty much giving this guy an identity, and he pretty much gave this guy his name, so that's pretty funny. Now this part, let me read it right here. Deuce was a medical student with bad grades. So this kind of confirms that Deuce, being the right-hand man to Ace, is also a doctor. Shout out to Law, Chopper, and other doctors, Koreha. His parents are indifferent to him. He just wants to have an adventure. He doesn't want to be a wanted man. Ace and Deuce talk about their family. Ace mentions Luffy in the talk with a smile. Yo, I love these kind of moments where Ace and Luffy talk about each other. Hype, hype, hype. Deuce happens to say if someone's father were Roger, I'm sure he'd rather die. Ace suddenly becomes quiet and shows a very serious facial expression, which makes Deuce realize that Ace is the real son of the Pirate King. Deuce walks off with mixed feelings, telling Ace not to talk to him anymore. That's crazy because Ace has you know what's funny about Ace? Not funny, but more serious. As a kid, he used to go to people and talk about Roger, and they used to say hurtful things about Roger and his son, and Ace would get so angry and fight them. And Deuce and Ace right now seem like they're good friends, they're already friends, and then Deuce just leaves him because of his relationship with his father. It kind of gives the impactful moment of Whitebeard saying it doesn't matter who your father is to Ace. It means a lot for Ace, and that's why Ace doesn't really care. So that's a hype moment. I definitely feel like Whitebeard gets a lot of that's why Ace thinks Whitebeard is his father. Whitebeard is one of the few people who actually treated Ace with respect, even even though he knows Roger's his father, just like Luffy does too. And I also want to say this when it comes to Deuce walking off. Yeah, the Marineford, when Ace passed away, he was so happy and he got his dream goal finished. Everybody was loving him. He just wanted to be loved. So this crazy past that we're getting revealed in this novel, it makes you understand Ace as a character. And yo, that's why when White Bear was getting insulted, Ace turned back. I'm gonna do maybe a whole video discussing that whole situation because people get angry about that. And I think it's the last part. Let me read it. Several days pass. Ace fails to escape from the island with his ship wrecked. I can't die in such a place. He is not in a positive mood anymore. Deuce tries to find food and water, but in vain. One day, Deuce finds Ace grabbing a large fruit in his hand on a beach. Deuce is hungry, I almost said angry, and comes to the conclusion that there is no problem even if he kills Ace, since Ace is the son of a legendary criminal. Right before he attacks Ace with a tree branch, Deuce's stomach growls. Ace notices him and considers that Deuce comes to help him make a boat. Ace offers him to eat the food, but Deuce rejects it due to the feeling of guilty for trying to kill him. So kind of Ace was, we know those moments where you try to do something evil, and I don't know, the person you try to do evil to him, is actually nice to you, so it makes you feel so guilty. That's pretty much what happened here. He wanted to kill Ace for the food, but Ace already gave it to him, and I've seen this in many different series. It's kind of a trope when it comes to fiction, so this is very cool. That shows how Ace was kind of different. He wasn't like an evil guy. Yo, dudes, you gotta trust this dude. Okay, this is the final part. Deuce finally realizes that Ace is a nice person, despite him being the son of the Pirate King. As a result, they decide to share the fruit. Deuce feels it is the most terrible, but delicious at the same time food he has ever eaten. Deuce turns around and finds Ace is burning. Both of them are surprised at Ace's burning body. The fruit they ate is a Mara no Mi. So this is the origin of Ace's fruit. This whole situation of Ace and Deuce fighting for the fruit and almost killing each other, but actually Ace is not going to kill him, but Deuce is going to kill Ace. But now it turned out that Ace became a powerful Logia. So it just showcase when you do good things, most in cases good things will happen, and if not right now, it may be in the far future. So just be a good person. That's pretty much the thing I'm trying to say right now. After several days, as Ace is capable of controlling his fire, Deuce calls his ship the Striker, which moves forward by rotating plates with the help of fire. Deuce says it was a fake rumor that the treasure is hidden in the island. Ace answers with a smile, not sure. Ace raises his hand towards Deuce and says, "You'll come with me, right?" Deuce replies, "I can write a good adventure essay with you." They shake hands tightly. Ace declares, I'm gonna go beyond Pirate King. Thus, Spade Pirates were born. So this is pretty much the creation of Ace and his pirate crew, the Spade Pirates, with Deuce, and the actual origin of his fruit. So Ace as a character, yo, let's be honest here, he's getting a lot of shine right now, and I like it because one of the biggest things people tell me is Ace should have got more shine. They should have covered more on Ace. So now we're getting that more covering. So crazy stuff. I like this. Kudos to Oda for letting them do this, and he helped a lot about this. So this is kind of canon because Oda helped a lot with this. So hype. Now before I actually end this video, I want to talk about one more thing. There's actually another thing I want to talk about when it comes to Ichiro Oda revealing something crazy. He actually drew a panel of Sabo saving Ace and Luffy, a what if situation. And you saw me, I do a couple what if situations, but this is the man who created the whole entire series doing a what if, and he actually has a whole series, like a part, I think it's going to be in the magazine for like 3 weeks, or like, I'm not too sure, 3 days it's going to be in the magazine, so look forward to that. But it's crazy because, yo, like, I'm not gonna lie, yo, when I saw this panel, I kind of got a little choked up. I'm like, yo, Ace surviving? Yo, you can't be playing with my emotions, Ichiro Oda, man. That man is dead, yo. Don't do this, yo. Don't do this. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about Ace and this whole story, this crazy, incredible story? I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And I think it's July 7th. That was, I think, July 7th, September 1st, and August, I believe, sometime in August.